Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We got Ray today for the first time.
Of course. Here just showing off my Ahri build.
Sure.
Typical Ahri, we don't really need to go over what Ahri does. Might manipulation. I would say the blue one is the most competitive. Since this is more of a competitive list, I would say that's the one to go with. We don't really need to discuss that too much.
For sure.
With the rune splits, I think the 7-5 rune split for most decks leaning towards one way of the colors that they choose is kind of just the way to go. I think that's just typical numbers with us. And I'm on 7 mine runes, 5 calm, leaning more towards blue. And then with the battlefields, I think Ahri has 2 main battlefields that she has to run. And I think that's a given. If you're running Ahri, you have to run these 2 battlefiels.
Hell yeah, card draw.
Card draw is king. In any card game, card advantage is number 1. When you hold, which Ahri already wants to do, is you're drawing a card. That's 2 draws per turn on top of your spells.
That's
The
true.
Dreaming Tree, same thing. When you target your stuff, you're drawing cards. You're already drawing cards from the cards you're casting with it. So it's a no-brainer. The third one, I would say this is the X Factor one, and this is the one that I like to run, which is Fortified Position, which just helps us hunker down a little bit more, doubles down with the Ahri effect, and giving us our defenders +2 with the shield 2.
Makes you yee.
Yep.
Makes
It's slightly
you
yee.
5 power
Yee.
Poro Ooga Booga.
Exactly. And then with 1 discipline, turn that into a 7 power Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
Alright, so we could go ahead and start with the units. Speaking about the Poro.
See me.
Speaking about the Poros, we can go ahead and start with the 3 green Poros. I'm running 3 of. I think she's
No-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. One of the best holding 2 drops in the game. If you're planning on holding a battlefield and you're in green, it's a must-have.
Sure.
I would say for the Clockwork Keepers, just versatile 2 drop. Early game sees your body on board. Late game, that channeling a rune, well, not channeling, exhausting a rune to draw a card is Chef Kiss peak. And then with the 3 Raven Blooms.
Yeah, that's Raven Bloom.
Obviously, it's Donnie. We know what Donnie does. It's probably the best 2 drop in the game.
All right.
You can argue with me all you want to. And then I'm on 2 Wielder of Waters.
That's a little different.
Specifically, I feel like Wielder helps us clear through battlefields when we don't want to overcommit our units, because it has the +2 while attacking and defending alone. So you can help go for that second battlefield if you're already controlling one with the Poro and you feel like you just want to score that extra point and be a little tricky to your opponent. That Wielder of Water is really, really good for that. I think 2 of them is perfect. 3 of them is a little bit too much.
Sure.
It's a perfect going second turn, especially if you don't see the next card that I'm gonna show you, which is going to be the Sprite Mother. So we can start clearing these up for you guys.
The Altar Ahri too.
Alright, and now into the Sprite Mothers, which we was just mentioning. 3 Sprite Mothers, it's one of the best going second turns in the game.
Yes,
it's
sir.
one of Kaisa's worst nightmares. She hates seeing this card no matter what matchup she's in. She sees it, she winces. So if you really don't like the Kaisa players, play the Sprite Mother. And then I would say this is my pet card of the deck. I love the green Ahri. I'm on 2 of them. I think the 1 of was a little bit of a stretch. 3 of them is just too much. But
Sure.
giving that extra ability to hold a point, and she just makes your opponent so scared when she sees them come out, whether it's at the base or at the battlefield. They see that green Ahri, their brain starts to switch. So
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is true.
their game plans go out the window when that happens.
It's also really good with Time
Right.
Warp.
Yes. In Time Warp, we'll definitely talk about that. This Ahri specifically, she has the ability, if you're holding both battlefields with Ahri and you Time Warp, you can win from 4 points to 8 points.
Yeah.
Just, you're scoring 2 from each one, and then you're scoring double 1s from holding with her. So that goes from 4 to 8. You win the game. She's the only legend that can do this. She's the only champion unit that can do this in the game. She abuses Time Warp the best.
Whoa, if you move Yasuo 3 times.
Come on now. We don't speak upon Yasuo. We love Yasuo, but
I see the fox.
no, yep, we love the Fox. Blue's best
3.
player. 3 of, obviously you're on 3. I don't think if you're on 3 Foxes in any blue deck, you're kind of selling. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or you're just playing a little casual. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're playing competitive, you're on 3 Foxes no matter what. That is a guaranteed must-have.
A lot of people are on 2 in the main and 1 in the side.
I would say if you're in Kaiser, I could see Kaiser maining the 2, inciting the 1. But if you're in Ahri or in Victor, I would say that board clearance with the -3 just gives you so much versatility.
Oh, okay. I only played 2.
You played 2? That's fire though. So we're gonna go on to the 2. This is what I played 2 of. I think 3
Sure.
of the tasty is too much. That Death Knell is a little bit tempting to players, but it can be a little bit of trap if you see 3 of them. You don't want to see multiple in early game hands. But mid game, really good unit to hold, help you hold that. They're not going to want to give you that card draw and that Death Knell trigger, knowing that you're going to either have the Fox the next turn or the Time Warp
Sure.
really coming right around the corner as well. So they're really not going to want to see that. Other than that, it's really good. Accelerate can clear the battlefield if you really need to. If you're already holding one battlefield, go ahead and clear the other one. So I'm just running 2 of. 3 is enough. I have 1 in the sideboard if I do need to. We'll get to the sideboard a little bit later. That's just for certain matchups if I actually feel like I need to push over. But yeah, I would say this is the unit package. Typical of Ahri. I would say if the one tech piece I would say is just the green Ahri for me. Other than that, nothing major.
All right.
And then we can move on to the gears for us. We're on the 2 Zonias. This is the only gears I think we need in the deck. If you're running seals in this deck, I don't think you need to. We're not really recycling too many runes.
Yeah, like 2 a whole game.
Yeah, like, nah, no. There's only a few decks that can really need seals in this game. Ahri is not one of them. We draw too many cards. We already have a really good card advantage. So I think just the 2 Zonias to protect our stuff. Really protecting the blue Ahri is a must-have. That's one thing that you really want to do. You don't want to waste your Zonias early game on even a Raven's Bloom. If you see the Raven's Bloom go, that's okay. Don't save it. Save it for your Ahri. Keep your Ahris alive. And then we can move on to the spells now. So we can get this out the way for you guys. And we go on 2 charms. A lot of people are in green on 3 charms in a lot of deck lists. I think the 3 charms is a little much when you have to recycle that green room each time. And when you're in a deck that also wants to control with defies and stuff like that, you're really like running low on multiple green runes that you can really recycle, that you want to recycle with. So I think the 2 charms is good enough. You can use it offensively or defensively to clear it out that point, give you that 8 points if you're on 7 holding. Perfect offensive and defensive card. The 3 stoops, I think we know what the 3 stoops do.
Yeah, it's a Dreaming Tree Pot of Greed.
Yup, we love the stoops. You stoop your own Raven Bloom on the Dreaming Tree. You're drawing multiple cards. You stoop your opponents, procking your Raven Bloom. You're pretty much going to clear over almost any unit unless it's a Fox. It's like, if they got the Fox, they got the Fox. You did what you needed to do.
You have your own Fox.
I was going
to
to say,
beat
you
the
got your own
Fox.
Fox on the crackback. You did what you needed to do. Now retreats. I would say the 3 of retreats is a must-have.
Sure, that's
as
new.
well.
I've only seen 1 or 2 in most deck lists.
No, I would say in Ahri specifically because you're so champion unit heavy and like so 1 unit heavy that you want to protect that unit, whether it be a Fox or it be your Ahri. You bounce your Fox to hand, you're going to be able to proc your Fox all over again, and you're channeling a rune. So you know you're going to go on your next turn. You're going to go into the next turn with 3 more runes than what you would have had. Perfect. 3 of is just too good to have.
Sure.
And then the defies, counterspell, saying no to opponents. We love that.
Yeah, we love hand traps.
No. You know, have fun here today. We just love to defy. This is why I want 3 defies and 2 charms. I would say if you want to be on 3 charms and 2 defies, that's fine. I think I love the control aspect a little bit more. Defying the hidden blades, defying the void seeker is just too good because they're gonna want to void seeker the Ahri, and she dies to 1 void seeker. So you have to be prepared for that. So anything that has access to red, you got to be prepared for that and have your defies roll for that. Now for the disciplines, I will say this is one of my favorite combat trick spells in this game. +2, draw a card with Ahri and the Dreaming Tree. Ahri and almost any other spells that you can combine with Ice. The Raven Bloom goes from a 3 to a 5 and a drawing a card. That's just too good not to have. I would say any deck that's running green, it's a 3 of and must of.
Yeah, just replaces itself.
Exactly, replaces itself. +2 cantrip, and now
2 Time Warp.
We love the 2 Time Warp.
This card is bait. Don't you remember?
No bait here. I would say one caveat about Time Warp. Ahri specifically is the one legend in this game that can absolutely abuse Time Warp. There's other decks that can use Time Warp, but when we're talking about abusing it and using it at its fullest potential,
it's not good in Kaisa, and they all think it's good.
Kaisa, maybe one ofs, but the two ofs, nah. And Ahri can just abuse it. Kaisa just uses it as a crutch.
Right.
But Ahri, she actually can abuse it, going from that 4 or 5 point to 8 points. Just throws your opponent off so much, especially if you're holding your runes up and you're actually playing smart. It's a must. We love it. So,
all right.
And then I would say we can move on to our sideboard and explain our sideboard for you guys today. So let's clear up some space for you. Explain our sideboard options. As I explained a little bit earlier, we have the Tasty in the sideboard. Obviously, as I explained earlier, it's for certain matchups. I would say the matchup that I like to see it in the most is the baited hook line matchups. The baited hooks, the Darius matchups, the set matchups it's pretty good in as well. Just because it's not something that they're not going to want to get really killed, and you can get over a lot of their units pretty easily with
Trades
it.
really nice into a hidden blade.
Exactly. It accelerates itself for only 1, which is really good. That payoff's really good. Next, the wind walls. This is for our main threat of this deck, and we're gonna speak upon that. I would say Ahri has no real bad matchups in Legends. She has a bad matchup in single cards in this game, i.e. Grand Stratagem and the Falling Star. Yep. The Falling Star, the 2 red, even though it's 2, is just so brutal for us. It hits our Ahri and hits a Raven Bloom. That's just game breaking for us. So we would sideboard the wind wall when we know the Ahri. We know the Kaisa's there. So we save it for specifically Falling Stars and Grand Stratagems. Don't waste it early. You got to use this really smart. That 3 and recycling 2 is a hefty cost, but it's a must-have. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet. And then next we got the one of unchecked power. We don't really like one ofs too much in this game, but I think Ahri has the potential to do it just because she has so much draw and so much card advantage. It's one of the best board clearance in the game. I think it's really slept on. Yeah, it costs 7 and 2, but it's the same thing as a Watcher if you really think about it. And deal 7 to all units, deal 12 to all units at battlefields. Like, you just have your units at base, you exhaust them. Yeah, you might go back on a turn, but you're clearing out the board for any problemsome units. The dead blooms, it's not targeting, so it doesn't target the deflect. So it isn't going to do that. So it hits a lot of the Aurora matchups. Perfect for that. So that's why we sideboard that. The smoke screen, again, going with our game plan. Just might manipulation helps us protect ourselves from the Fox when we know we're going to see the Fox. We're going to run into it. We're going to see it in the Kaisa matchup, the Victor matchups, and sometimes the Teemo matchups if we run into them. We love the Teemo players.
You can love the Teemo players.
I love the Teemo players. And then we run the Rune Prisons. The 2 of Rune Prisons, I think, is enough just to give us a little flexibility if we see a few rogue decks, i.e. the Annies, the Ride the Wind decks that want to run the Ride the Wind Vi, Ride the Wind Mundos. Rune Prison really just stops them in the track. A few Leona matchups is pretty good into as well, just because it's going to force the 4-drop Leona to go back, which is perfect. That's what we want.
Sure.
So yeah, I would say that is my competitive deck list for Ahri. There obviously is some flexibility with your list, but I would say for the ground base, this is probably one of the more competitive lists out there. Obviously, there's a lot of lists out there, but I think a lot of them are basing it off of the Chinese national lists, and I think a lot of regions play slightly different and a little bit more aggressive. And where I'm at, we play a lot more aggressive, so having one-ofs is a no. So we can't really run one-ofs, even if it's a one-of and you can't draw cards, it's not good enough to play.
I agree.
Like, if you want to run 2 of them, it's just not good. And so I would say that's pretty much my deck list for the day.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
We'll see you guys on the next one, and the giveaway will be in the description.
Yes, for the lucky winner of that.
1,000-tail Watcher.
Yes, we love it. We love to see the Foxes, and we're going to love to see that Fox in your deck when you get it. Definitely. You got to send us a picture of that when you do get it.
Sweet.